What is up, my fellow munchies? It's your boy Mo here, and today we're gonna make cornbread, but not any cornbread. We're gonna make cornbread with the best topping you ever had. Alright, this cornbread right here, I'm not even gonna fib. I've made it countless times. Shout out to Kenji Lopez, because he is the greatest, obviously. But I did decide to experiment with some toppers that would go really well with this cornbread. And I finally, after years, actually just after days, after days of experimentation, I got it down right. So let's get right into it. What you're gonna need for this amazing cornbread: all-purpose flour, buttermilk, sour cream, salt, baking powder, cornmeal, eggs, sugar, and for your amazing topping, butter, honey, maple syrup. Only 3 ingredients will make your mind get blown. Let's get it. You want to arrange yourself a couple of things before you get going. First, make sure that you position your oven rack in the middle of the oven. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. You're going to take 7 tablespoons of unsalted butter and you're going to throw it in your cast iron skillet. Look, you're not going to do nothing fancy to it. Just take the whole block, put it in your skillet, put it in the oven anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes until you get that brown butter juice.
Butter juice!
Thank you to Pluses for your passion of the butter juice. Now guys, it's just time to get our dry ingredients together. You're gonna take 2 teaspoons of baking soda and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder and throw it in there. And then realize as you're doing the voiceover on this recipe that you flip-flop the 2 measurements on those ingredients. Well, spoiler alert everyone, it came out just fine. And now that it's too late to do anything about my realization, we added the rest of the ingredients. We took 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and 4 cups of sugar, and combined it in the same bowl. All you gotta do now is whisk it until it becomes incorporated. Set it to the side and let's get our wet ingredients. Alright, you're gonna take your 2 eggs, dump it in your bowl, along with your 1 cup of buttermilk and 3/4 a cup of sour cream, or 6 ounces. And y'all know the drill, just whisk until you get everything well incorporated, but always stab your eggs before you do it. Life lesson right there. It's been about 12 minutes, we checked on our brown butter, it's ready. We put it in a heat-proof pan. Now let it cool down a little bit before we start whisking it in our wet ingredients. I'm gonna be real, if your house by this point is not smelling phenomenal, just throw your whole house away, no big deal. Now I'm being serious, make sure this cools a good bit before you pour it into the rest. And I'm gonna pretend like y'all out here making this dish without no help. I'm gonna grab me a page out of Babish's channel. This is how you one-handedly whisk your ingredients. Take a damp towel and wrap it around the bowl. That way the bowl has something to grip on so it's not sliding all over the place. Also, make sure that you're drizzling this in at a snail's pace because you don't want to cook the eggs that are in this mixture. Don't make the mistake that I did. I did happen to cook a little bit of them, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, y'all already know what time it is right now. Drizzle break. Alright, drizzle breaks over. Now we're going to do something a little unprecedented. We're going to take the wet ingredients and mix them in with the dry ingredients while we're whisking it together. Keep whisking until you get that nice cornbread batter. It should look a little like this. Alright, now go get your cast iron skillet. Unfortunately, I didn't have like a big skillet, so I have to use my miniature version. Just pour your cornbread batter into it, and you see all that butter juice at the bottom? That's what you're looking for. You're keeping some of that brown butter juice in there. Just A, to add some flavor, and B, so it doesn't stick. I hope your oven is still preheated at 425 degrees because you need to throw that sucker in there for about 20 minutes. Alright, about 10 minutes into your cornbread being in the oven, it's time. You know what it's time for, right? It's time to make that honey maple butter juice! Alright, it's a very simple recipe. You're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter, whisk it until it's melted. You're going to get 1 ounce of honey and pour it in there. And then realize that the cap has a little message. Look right here. 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. I know y'all probably wondering where's my maple syrup bottle, but this is my leftover maple syrup from my French toast stickies that I made in my TikTok. So if y'all want to see that, I'm going to leave that down in the comments below. Now let's get back on track. And you're going to mix all of that until you start seeing it bubble. But don't let it go too long. As soon as it starts to bubble, cut the heat, take it off the stove. And we had a little technical difficulties here. which I just meant to do, but no big deal. This is what happens when you leave it in a little too long and forget about it. And these are the perfect looking ones. But don't worry, we're gonna try them all, just like Pokemon. Catch them all. Now that we're back, I just want y'all to take a moment and just enjoy the glaze. I mean, look at that beautiful glaze. But yeah, I know y'all looking at me talking and asking what the hell is going on. Well, Shuffle forgot to turn on the mic, so it's about to look like a whole anime dub episode. But honestly, that's all we have for today. I hope y'all go out and make this. I promise you this cornbread, you will not regret it, especially with that topper. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you throw up a like, smash that subscribe, tap that bell. Y'all already know, notification gang. And as always, until next time, munch on. What is up, my fellow munchies? It's
No.
We don't have to say let's get it.
No, I meant like talk about the cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
It's recording.